Smile.
It's video.
Right. Unaccustomed as I am to speaking. Right.
You can see how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I thought perhaps I'll do this bit of my speech now. It's to introduce everybody, and I suppose it was a bit daft to leave it till the end. So, Frank, what are you touching at?
Let's not have any arguments today, please. Come on.
Is this the way it's going to go for the next hour?
Yeah, all true.
Yeah.
Can I first thank you all for coming to share this special day with us? First off, there's a few people missing today that we'd have loved them to be with us. David's sister Valerie and her husband Brian, who have moved to sunny Brixham and do not travel very far these days. And Annette and Don's children, Helen and Christopher, and their families. I think they had a better offer. They're all away on holiday. Yeah. So Anne Ron Taylor, he's the person who introduced David to Rotary.
It's his fault.
But it would have been his diamond wedding tomorrow, and he's still quite emotional about things. So anyway, he wished us a nice day.
Because he lost you.
No, he lost Brenda.
Oh,
Just
he
be
lost
quiet.
Brenda.
However, we're so pleased to have a mixture of family and friends with us, some whom we've known for over 50 years and others not so long. First, there's my sister Annette and her husband Don. Don and David went to college together, so Annette and Don have known David longer than I have. They should have warned me.
Should have warned David.
Oh, I have to put his tissue down. Another family member is my cousin Brian and his wife over there. That's Jean. They've managed more than 60 years of marriage. I don't know how you put up with him, Jean. I really don't.
The person's way.
Pardon?
The person's way.
It is, yes. Next, the best next door neighbour anyone could have, and that's Janet. There's she goes on holiday, she's always convinced she'll lose her case. Well, this year it happened. She was on a cruise to Hawaii, and for 7 days, from when the ship left San Francisco, was it? Los Angeles, until they got to Honolulu. That was, well, for 7 days. I'm adding bits in. Yeah, for 7 days she was on the ship until her case could get there. Just shows how you can manage with one change of clothes and borrowing other people's shoes. The only thing was, she was in America, so she went and bought some knickers. Didn't realise American sizes were bigger, and they kept falling down.
You mean she couldn't keep her knickers on?
Right. Then our friends Liz and Ivor. Yeah, who live opposite us, and who we've been on holiday with many times. And I will tell you this bit, whatever Ivor says, don't take any negative. We were by the swimming pool one day, lying there, and I was chatting away to Liz. And he turned around and he says, Bernice, if you don't shut your mouth, the only thing son invent will be your bloody tongue. And that's how. And we can never fall out with them as they know too much about us. On the table over there, there's Tony. Put your hand up, Tony. But that's Antoinette when she's been. And Jim. And Faye and Alan. They're our daughter's in-laws, who've become good friends over the years. Tony and I share the ability to talk for England. The first time we ever spoke to each other.
No.
The first time we ever spoke to each other was just after Catherine and Robert started going out. She phoned me to say that Catherine and Robert had just left their house in Eastbourne and were on the way to Bulkington. Well, when you don't know someone, you have to have a chat for a little while. So, well, as Catherine and Robert pulled onto our drive, it must have been 3.5 hours later, Tony and I said goodbye and really felt we knew each other.
Very true.
Kevin didn't know what she was getting.
Nobody warned me.
Well, wait, what time does it get dark?
Bet you're glad I'm saying it now, then, mate. And Carol, my school friend over there, who I met on the first day at school in 1951 and have kept in touch with ever since, and her husband Roger. Mick, on there as well, our right-hand man and friend at Sharps the Printers, and his wife Maggie, who's just retired from teaching. And I put down here, how many years was it, Maggie? But I've just asked her, 41 years at Caledon. Deserves a medal. Mick is still at Sharps, but I hear he's retiring soon. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Fully recommended.
Nobody else knows though.
And our Rotary friends, Michael and Shirley, over there, Val and John, Lorna and Paul, and Yvonne and Peter. Back to this table, Barbara and Bob and Bright. Most of you know Rotary plays a big part in our lives. We've done so much through Rotary, both together and on our own. Where else would you have the opportunity to visit India and live with Indian families? Get stranded with 12 other people in a boat, with a broken outboard motor, in the Bay of Bengal, in pitch darkness, with Annette, the maritime guru, saying, "It's flooded it, it's flooded it." And all we got, no life belts, no life jackets, and just a blanket, wasn't it?
Just got those stoles, haven't we?
Yeah. Do you want me to shut up?
Couldn't see where we were going. We were heading for the
Am I
elephants.
right? Yeah. And we've helped at the Bulldog Bash, which is all these motorbikeists, whatever, and serving on a stall. I did that with Val, didn't we, Val? Where are you?
Over there.
Over there. We were on the
Hold your hand
Bulldog.
up, Val.
Yeah, we were on the
Try and
Bulldog
reach,
Bash.
try and reach the living.
She's gone to sleep.
Bulldog back, did you?
And lots of other things. Oh, and I forgot, we even served school meals to school in India. We weren't quick
Got the
enough though.
sack, didn't we?
We got the sack, we weren't quick enough, were we? Right, I think I'll leave it there because we come to the family now.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we'll have dinner first.
We'll have dinner first. There's not many more pages, I think it's only 11.
I'm sorry, you're on the screen. I want lunch.
Oh, we're having lunch. Right.
bit then.
She did stick out through, so I think we are nearly ready. So I'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you about the family.
But as it says, the doors are locked.
Yes.
So, what are you doing?
Eating this in one go.
Go on then. Go on then.
Sideways.
Go on. Go on. Go, 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 go. Ah! You could have done that.
Where's the Ferrero Rocher's gone?
It's now that time of the agenda where it's speeches. And to start us off, and please be kind, is Catherine. She's been a bit nervous about this, so...
I'm not nervous, I'm just going to cry.
Oh, go ahead then. So it's Catherine.
Mum and Dad started their life together.
Oh,
Here we go. Why are you crying? I know, but I'm just in emotion. It's been a privilege for Sharon and I to share that and to bring our family along.
Oh.
It's going well. It is. So if you could please be upstanding.
If you wish to.
Okay, if you can, be upstanding.
Oh, I need to stand.
And we wish them many more happy years together. Happy anniversary, Mum and Dad, David and Bernice.
Thank you.
So we're delighted to see everybody here to join us today to celebrate the 50 years of marriage for Mum and Dad. Only 5% of marriages, statistically, reach that milestone. My in-laws and my parents have both reached that milestone, so Alan and I seem to have a lot to live up to. A long way to go there, because ours is our 10th this year, so still got a long way. But as part of the celebrations today, I thought I'd share with you just some of the moments that have filled Mum and Dad's lives. So, it all started, as you've seen from the albums, with a wedding on the 19th of August 1967 at Alderman's Green Methodist Church in Coventry, followed by a reception at Brandon Hall Hotel in Coventry. And it's wonderful that we've got the best man and one of the bridesmaids in my uncle and auntie, who are still part of the celebrations with us today. Some of us here joined in the silver wedding celebrations in 1992, also at Brandon Hall, and the silver wedding photo album is around. There's already been comments about my afro. My daughter said my hair was an afro. Liz commented it, but I've just reminded her that actually Liz did my hair during that time, so she was probably responsible for that. But also, you can see how we've all aged really, really well. The second 25 years of their marriage have had lots of happy events and memories. Obviously, the sale of Sharps was a big point for Mum and Dad's lives, where they took retirement. Dad's job list is still longer now than it was when he was at work, and Mum has to work a lot harder now she has a real boss instead of working for Dad. We've had, during that time, Catherine's graduation, my graduation, and then Dad's graduation. Some significant birthdays in there. Glad you didn't wear that shirt today, Dad.
Did that get authorised by the management?
And it was the 50 frisky bit that was a bit worrying. And I still can't quite believe that we did manage to arrange a surprise party for Mum for one of her birthdays.
You can't remember which.
I can't remember which. Is it your 40th or your 50th?
Yes, she asked me. I said, you're asking the wrong person. It surprised you even had a surprise party. I remember nothing.
Catherine didn't remember that bit. So, and Dad found it all very stressful. He's still getting over it. We've had, obviously, Catherine and Robert's wedding, and mine and Alan's wedding, which was here 10 years ago. So, We still remember. We still come back.
He can't get rid of us, look.
It's all your fault, Paul.
Did we pay?
And of course, the arrival of the grandchildren.
God,
And not forgetting their first grandson. Sorry, I had to get that one in. So, when I was thinking about what to share with you today, and looking through the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of photographs at Mum and Dad's house, I'm glad they were on holiday when I went to do that, because I don't think I'd have got past the first box if Mum had been helping. I decided there was a few themes that sort of summarised the significant parts of their lives. So, as we've heard already, and I've had to change a few bits of my speech because Mum's already taken a few bits from her impromptu start. Rotary and in a wheel, Mum and Dad have been active members of the clubs for many years, enjoying the friendships, events, travels and community service that's come from being part of such an organisation. And I know that Dad thoroughly enjoyed his year as District Governor, and we were immensely proud of the achievements that he made whilst holding that office. Second theme was obviously holidays. I don't think Dad bothers putting the cases up the loft anymore between holidays, because Mum's always got the next one packed, the next one booked. Travelling all over the world with family, with friends, or sometimes just each other, not very often, has been a big part of their lives together. Their anniversary celebration to each other was a fantastic cruise back in March, and the one they went on 2 weeks ago was just a little extra. That wasn't the official one.
That's Mummy's bus.
Yeah.
So, looking through the photographs, I came across a theme that I really hadn't thought an obvious one. Rotary, yeah. And holidays, yeah. And it sort of, I looked at this one and I thought, God, don't they scrub up well? And then I started looking through some of the other photos, and I never quite realised how much my parents like dressing up. Many of us remember the Sound of Music theme. Catherine and I were dressed as nuns. I decided not to put that one in.
Good. I don't remember that either.
Had a lot of help off my sister with this. And that was the year that Dad was District Governor. But I found quite a number of others. I found that over the years we've been the Queen, we've been from Thailand, and Dracula, and a witch, and we had a Chinese takeaway in Seven Road Lounge. I remember that. Mick, do you remember that gold foil from Sharps?
Yeah.
We had rolls and rolls of it. We've been a pirate. We've been the captain. We've been a hippie. I'm not quite sure what Mum was, but I think Alan's just thrown that briefcase away because I think you've been using it for a while. We've been Mexican, a cowboy with his can-can dancers, Janet. And I think this one has to be one of my all-time favourites, when Dad was a Klingon.
Klingon.
Do you not remember that one?
That was a good job. There's photographic evidence of that. So, my final theme, obviously, is about family, particularly the girls, the grandchildren.
Cheesy green Hannah.
Yeah, that's Hannah. That's Amy. That's
the boulder.
Sophie. Just so that we.
Amy's the
which
fat
ones
one.
they are. Amy's the one that looks 3 already.
Yeah.
As a newborn.
Yeah.
Make sure you take the right ones home.
Hannah, Amy and Sophie have enjoyed hours of activity and amusement with Mum and Dad, and as grandparents they've provided support for Catherine and I, and we're really looking to have them. They've celebrated many special times together, learning lots, learning from their grandparents, excellent rummy cup champions in Amy, and Sophie's recently been showing them how to take selfies.
Oh, gosh.
One of my favourite celebrations, and I thought, well, as the years have gone by, we've obviously got less active in ours. Because I'm not sure you'd manage to get up the bouncy castle slide anymore. I certainly don't think the bride and the bridesmaid would manage to get up there. But as they say, what goes up?
Yeah. Oh, can I just say we lost our deposit on that?
So these special girls are growing up so quickly, and you've been there to share every moment with them, and we hope that we'll continue to share many more. So it's 50 years, 600 months, 18,000 days, 438,291 hours, or 26,297,460 minutes, or thereabouts. But to use one of Dad's predictable phrases, he would have got less for murder.
Yeah, there was a couple of months ago when Bernice came to see us. She said, "Oh, we're going to have this great day. We're going to have a carvery." And being the proud son of a butcher, carveries are fantastic for me. But then came the but, and it was, "But Rob, I want you to say a few words." So I suppose this, Bernice, is me earning my dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so I've written a few things down, just in case I forget. So I was thinking about what to talk about, and Sharon's fantastically put on there what we've gone through you've gone through over the last 50 years, and I want to touch upon a few of those. And I think the first thing is, in that 50 years, you've had a fantastic business. And as my dad will say, and Alan, who are running their own businesses, doing that these days is a fantastic achievement. So I just have to say well done. And that's even with Bernice turning up for 4 of those days. Now, I did check this out, and I looked at the accident book, and it was only marked down as 4 days in attendance. But those 4 days were meaningful, Bernice, so congratulations.
And there were always a Friday to pay the wages and get a bacon sandwich.
Then there's family, and we have Sharon and Catherine, who have been brought up, are extremely successful at what they have done. But more importantly, you've also then got 2 handsome, brilliant son-in-laws. I think are pretty much cool. But also part of that, you've got extended families with Alan and Faye and my mum and dad. And as you quite rightly said, Bernice, I think you've met your match in my mother for someone who can talk. And I've got to just put a bit of record straight here. I think it was a 2-way street. It wasn't all on this side of the thing. Now, what also Bernice didn't say was David was ecstatic because he got 3 hours of watching TV. My dad, on the other hand, wasn't happy because he was paying for the bill. So it kind of swings and roundabouts. But then you've got, and as Sharon quite rightly put up on there, the 3 jewels, which are the grandkids.
Chester.
Well, we'll call Chester as well. We have learnt to not worry about what goes on at Grandma's.
What happens at Grandma's stays at Grandma's.
When they're eating chocolate at 9 o'clock in the morning, or as soon as when Sophie or Amy or Hannah walks in, they know exactly where the chocolate is. Isn't that right, Sophie?
Yeah, in the fridge.
Yeah. We kind of learned just to say, we'll leave it. But then there's also the friends, and you only have to look around today to see all the people that have come on that journey with you, and are here today to celebrate those 50 years, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And the final thing I wanted to talk about was your dedication and commitment to Rotary. It's something, David, that I have always felt was an absolute incredible thing that you do. And if you bear with me, I've got 2 things I want to read out. The first one is an email that I've received from a gentleman called Dennis Spiller. And Dennis Spiller, for those of you who are not aware, is the current president of Rotary for Great Britain and Ireland. And Dennis writes, Dear David and Bernice, it's been brought to my attention that the past district governor, David Robinson of 10 60, and his good lady Bernice reached yet another milestone in life this weekend, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. An event worth recognising and celebrating. Of these 50 years, David has spent nearly 40 of them as a Rotarian, and a mark of his commitment is that he has served as district governor with the lengthy build-up and post-governorship duties this involves to perform. I, more than many, appreciate what this takes. So it falls to me also to offer on behalf of Rotary our sincere thanks to Bernice for allowing David to come out to play over this period. I offer you both hearty congratulations and appreciation for your Rotary service, and may there be many more years of it to come. Have a great day. Dennis Spiller, President of Rotary Great Britain and Ireland.
Fantastic, thank you.
Now the final one is from a gentleman called David Alexander. Now I'm seeing a theme here, by the way. Do you have to be called David to be part of the
Yeah, there's lots of us.
David is the Chief Communications Officer for Rotary International in America. And David has written, "Dear David and Bernice Robinson, congratulations on your 50 years of marriage." Now he has put an exclamation mark there, but he is American, so we're going to leave him to it. We here at Rotary International want to wish you the best as you celebrate this weekend. Thank you for your dedication to Rotary as an active members of the Heart of England 1060 Club and the Inner Wheel. Your dedication is an inspiration to Rotarians around the globe. Yours in Rotary, David Alexander, who's the Chief Communications Officer for Rotary International.
Thank you.
Now we've actually had that framed for you, so guys, do you want to give that to Grandad? I think it's a very, very, very special thing that they've sent through for you. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So just the last two things. I know I speak on behalf of Sharon and Alan and Catherine when I say that we can't do what we do without the support of all sets of grandparents. And having you there gives us the ability to do what we do on a daily basis. So thank you very much for what you give us and support us. And Bernice, hopefully I've earned my dinner.
He needs no introduction, says most people, but thanks for that, Rob. Wonderful surprises, that's great. No, that's not the bit I'm supposed to be doing. You soon get out of practice, don't you guys?
Yes.
4 past district governors in the room. Oh dear. Right. Thanks again. Firstly, although it's hardly firstly, is it, this time of the meeting? Many thanks to you all. Old habits die hard. Thanks for all coming to enjoy with us this very, very special occasion. I've got a dispute with Sharon, because my research...
You dare?
No, you're right. My research says that only 7% of all marriages reach 50 years. But how did the other 93 get away? And new research shows that when your marriage has made it to 50 years, you are over 200 times more likely to reach 100 years old.
Oh, good God.
I'll start that sentence again. Once you've made it to 50 years, you are over 200 times more likely to reach 100 years old than get a divorce. The odds for a married couple to separate after their golden wedding anniversary has been calculated to be 1 in 1,500. So, looks like you're stuck with me, love. Committed couples know that getting married means finding a way to survive the test of children, financial woes, work changes, and all the other problems of life. But we've always lived by the rule of equal partnership, believe it or not.
Is that what you're told?
Sometimes it's 80-20, but for us that's always worked out. whichever of us is best suited to the job that's at hand. There are no secrets. Marriage is hard work. If you want it to work out, you have not to give up on it. It takes years to understand a person, and sometimes it takes guts to stick with them. Did I write this?
Is it authorised?
Am I being brave?
Because she's far enough away.
Positive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
This is a lesson I've been trying to teach Sophie. Be positive, because she keeps saying, I can't do it, Grandad, I can't do it. And I said, you can. And you can. But the key word is teamwork. I suppose that means basically feeling safe and secure with each other. I consider myself extremely lucky to have Bernice by my side for 50 years, and for the superb effort she has put in to organise today's event. Along with the very many others over the years, she does love to party. Some of you know that I've developed a difficult spine condition lately, and I think I've discovered the reason why this could have happened. Over these last 50 years, I have learned an important ability to be able to bend over backwards. Maybe that's what's caused it. Some may have noticed, incidentally, that we do tend to hold hands a lot. As some students years ago, you remember, Lord and Paul, remarked. And as we said to them that in the early days, yeah, we held hands a lot because we were in love. Nowadays, it's more of a case of trying to stop each other falling over. Another thing I've learned is never to criticise Bernice's judgment. Never criticise her judgment. Never do. After all, I'm the one she chose to marry. Excellent choice. Where did we hear that? Excellent choice. Wine waiter on a cruise. Yeah, excellent choice, you say every time. Excellent choice, love. At this point, I'd like to express a few sincere thank yous to Paul. Oh, there he is. And Sue. Paul's one. And all the staff for all your wonderful help in arranging this event for us. Thank you very much indeed, Paul. To Catherine for proposing the question mark toast. Yeah. One thing I've learnt over the years is you leave blanks. I haven't replaced those question marks with anything at the moment, Catherine, because if she'd have gone on much longer, she'd have burst into tears. To Robert for his question mark speech.
I wasn't going to chuck right. I was all right.
Excellent, Robert. Much appreciated. To Hannah for taking some wonderful photographs.
We hope.
And Amy for her video skills. Funny face. And to Sophie for helping her mum with the clicker. And now my poem to her. Get your handkerchief, Catherine.
Right now, I'm not talking.
She's also on her second no
Yeah,
glasses.
she's Prosecco's kicking in.
She's got two bottles there.
Thanks for tolerating me all this while. Thanks for being the reason behind my smile. Thanks for easing every pain and sorrow. Thanks for making me look forward to tomorrow. Thanks for accompanying me in the journey of my life. Thanks for being such an amazing wife. Happy anniversary. Now I'm going to cry.
Who had 3:30 on David crying, by the way? Now, we've got marked down here the second instalment of Bernice's speech, but I am open to bribes, and I can finish it now if everyone's happy. Bernice, are you ready? Do you need any sort of...
No, I'm fine.
Are we unlocking the doors now?
I think we've got another hour or so, Bernice.
Right, it's only a few minutes, really. I can always say something. You always know that I can do it. My dad was right when he said I was vaccinated with a gramophone needle. And like 50 years ago, when I was a shy, blushing bride who would not stand up and talk in front of a gathering of people, times have changed. Try and stop me now. And I've got thank you all for coming, but I think we've said that a few times. Now, I got down to introducing our family. Well, you all know everybody, but I'll tell you a bit about them. Catherine and Sharon, our daughters, who I'm sure will be glad when today is over. I think they've been a bit fed up with me going on and on about today and the things I wanted done. We even got to Friday when I went to pick up the cake, and it said Bernice and Dave. And the text went to Sharon.
No, from Sharon.
From Sharon to Catherine. Go on.
Bridezilla not happy.
No one could have better daughters than these two. Their support and love means so much to Dave and me. Always there when we need them. I know they think I fuss about things too much, and sometimes my advice is not always needed.
It's appreciated.
It may not be followed.
It's considered.
We'll listen.
Thank you. Our three gorgeous granddaughters, Hannah, Amy and Sophie. Hannah is learning to drive now, so we hope she passes her test soon.
Do we?
This will take a lot of taxi service off her mum and dad. Amy, who starts her new school this week, don't you? Hope you enjoy it. Good luck. And Sophie, our little actress. Advert coming. Appearing in Wind in the Willows at the Albany Theatre at Coventry at Christmas. Grandchildren do really enrich your lives. Why did I need to say that? Because I did. Now the lads. What can I say? I think they think I'm the smother-in-law.
Yes.
They're such good sons-in-law. Always there to help if needed.
You're writing this down, Robert.
Well, I told you.
Recording it.
It's the when I walk in and Bernice asks me to change the light bulbs. That's the one I know. I need.
You were on holiday. I had to do it the other day.
But Robert can just go, put a light bulb in.
Go like what?
Robert is our super fit athlete. I told you I'd get it in. Competing in Ironman competitions in Frankfurt, Zurich and Mallorca. Now, if anybody doesn't know what an Ironman is, it's, well, a 12-hour long effort with, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I'll let you, 70...
Quick, Rob, get in there.
I'm wanting to figure out what it is actually.
It's 1.2, we do it in miles because we're all that age, aren't we? 1.2 mile swim, 56 mile bike and 13.1 run.
That's a half.
That's a half.
Wait a minute, I must have it on the next bit of paper then.
That's for your
Double that.
So it's double that for the next
Yeah.
one. Oh, I haven't got it
do
here.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
I'll be happy with that one, if you're saying
I'm coming to you. And then there's Alan, our craftsman. I put that he was a carpenter. Sharon says he's a joiner. So he's a carpenter who's just joinery or a joiner who does carpentry. No. He's got his own business, doing bespoke work for stately homes, and now branching out into, next advert, large hardwood garden planters. Pictures on the website soon. End of advert.
Look good out there, wasn't it, Paul?
They're really nice.
Haven't shown you yet.
Free samples.
We're so lucky to have such a close family. Now, after all that, I come to David.
Fill it up first.
This lucky man, who has for 50 years had me by his side to encourage, guide and support him, and sometimes correct him.
Sometimes.
Not that he doesn't wear the trousers in our house, he definitely does, but I have to tell you, I sometimes tell him which ones to put on. As I've mentioned, Rotary plays a large role in our lives. And at a conference some time ago, David and I were being introduced to the audience. The speaker introduced us by saying, and I quote, "Bernice, Bernice, Bernice, 1 in a million." I'm like this. David, 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 1 in a raffle. Well, if David had been in a raffle, he would certainly have been first prize.
David, she's got another cruise lined up.
Every year on the date that we met, 3rd of January, wasn't it?
Yep.
I get flowers. On my birthday, the 15th of February, I get flowers. It is the day after Valentine's Day, so they're usually a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So and on our wedding anniversary, Christmas, and many other times, I get flowers. I know he has 2 shopping fairies to help him, though, but he's a really softy at heart. Now, I thought I ought to think about our faults, because everybody's got faults.
No.
Wait a minute.
God's just got a whole list, look.
Yeah, yeah. Right, so I thought I'd think about mine first. So I got the bit of paper with the faults on. Oh,
How
yeah,
many?
I talk too much. Now I got David's bit of paper.
Oh my God.
I won't pick out many.
It's really all about me, isn't it? Right, Ella.
So I'm only joking, really, I am. Believe me, I am. So thank you, David, for 50 years of love, sometimes excitement, surprises, and your occasional tap water, and your occasional disbelief, like the day I passed my driving test. First time, I might add. Most husbands would say, "Oh, congratulations, David." Congratulations. They'd say, "Congratulations, darling," not David. His exact words were, "How the hell did you do that?" Thank you, David, for learning to iron so that I could teach Sharon to drive. Father and youngest daughter did not hit it off as learner and teacher.
I think I did a bit of that.
I know, but I didn't know. She passed the test after 3 months and David's still ironing 28 years later. Thank you for advising me at every opportunity how to be a better driver. And not a word from you, Robert and Amy. Above all, thank you for making me laugh so much. They say a good wife always laughs at her husband's jokes. I know them all off by heart. You know, do they make nice things out of deck chair canvas? Give us another one.
Make them in bright colours.
They make them in
Dead
bright
centre
That's
of
the
the
dead
village.
centre of
yeah, we all know them, yes. So I always laugh at his jokes, I'm very good. And lastly, thank you for 50 wonderful years. But especially thank you for being you. Right, now for those who've listened to my ramblings, thank you. And for those who are asleep, could the person next to them please wake them up gently? Right, thank you.
Wake up.
And David met on the 3rd of January 1964.
Yeah.
It was at a printer's dinner and dance. It was held at the Wine Lodge in Coventry. One or two people may remember the Wine Lodge. I think the building's still there. It's got a different name now, of course.
It was
David
one
and I
building.
helped organise the event.
It was one building that Hitler missed.
Yeah.
The Wine Lodge.
Wine Lodge?
Yeah.
Hitler missed it.
Ah. Okay. And as I say, David and I helped to organise the event, and Bernice came to the dinner with Annette and I. Bernice was introduced to David because we were still working together. And we had known each other actually for a number of years because we studied at the College of Art in Coventry, studying printing. They appeared to be attracted to each other.
We snuggled it.
Under the rest basically is history. We four sisters, David and I, have had some good times, parties and holidays. But I particularly remember one holiday that we went on to Sorrento. Janet and I were married. Bernice and David were still single. I shared a room with David. Nothing changed.
You promised you'd never tell.
I've got some notes here about the wedding, but we've all heard about that. It was at the Oldham's Green Free Methodist Church. I was David's best man then, and prior to the wedding we went to a high street tailor's to buy a suit. We both bought a suit. I haven't got the suit, but I've still got the coat hanger. As the best man at Bernice and David's wedding, I had to propose a toast to the bridesmaids. But 50 years later, as they celebrate their special anniversary, I would like to thank you both for inviting us all to be here and to celebrate this with you. Thank you.
What are you doing?
Now look, the last time I held a knife like this, can you see that? I missed by about 4.5 inches.
Right.
I told you about the cake, didn't I, Maggie?
What?
They spelt my name wrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, because you're the only one I can remember who calls me Dave.
Was it? Have you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you. Right.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
Thank you.